Hello YouTube, I'm doing this video as an update about the relationship between my two chins and the bonding process. Well, I don't think you can see, but let me see. Hey Taro. Hello Baba. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing in there? What are you doing, buddy? ¿Dónde está Bonbon? Where's Bonbon? Bonbon. Well, I don't think, oh there you can see Bonbon in the back. Oh, Gigi. You like your screeches? Yes. Well, Bonbon is actually inside the house. I hope he can come out and you guys can see him. I don't know how they breathe in there, but they just enjoy squishing each other in that house. So as you can see, they're getting along amazingly. I have no idea how this happened, to be honest. I had done side-by-side cages, and well, the cage used to be there. Let me show you. That's the cage I was using, but obviously not anymore. They were side-by-side cages for a month, but it was like an on and off thing where they were comfortable with each other, and sometimes during playtime they would be okay, and sometimes they would just hate each other and just chase each other everywhere. So I had actually come to the conclusion one time one time they actually started grooming each other. To me that was like a big deal because that means they're accepting each other. And during a playtime, Taro started grooming Bonbon, and I thought that was great. I was so happy. But then again, the day after, I did another playtime, and I was excited, and I keep my guard down because I thought, wow, they're grooming each other already. That's a big deal. But then the next day, something happened where they snapped and they attacked each other again. And this time, Bonbon bit Taro, and he bled a little, and he scraped his ear and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is it. I'm not doing this anymore at all. I'm like, I'm not gonna risk it. And I was very sad, but I was like, okay, well, I'll just keep them separate as they were. So I put one on top, one on the bottom of the unit of this cage, right? So I decided that they weren't gonna be together anymore. And then another night, they started talking to each other, and I have a video of that. So I might put that video before this video, so you guys might be able to see it, where they're just kind of talking to each other. And then my husband decided to take where's the Bonbon? He took Bonbon, no, he took Taro out of the cage, and he put him near the cage. And Bonbon didn't, I don't know, he didn't seem convinced. Like they were calling for each other, but Bonbon tried to bite him, vice versa with Taro. So but then they kept on making noises and like kind of whining noises. So I'm like, okay, well, let's see. So under supervision, obviously, I put Bonbon inside Taro's cage because they kept on calling each other. And I'm like, what's going on? Because they never talk to each other like that. They actually never do. But that night, they were talking back and forth. So I put Bonbon inside Taro's cage, and immediately they started grooming each other. It was so odd. They didn't seem like they were getting along at all. But then that night they started talking back and forth. I put them together in the cage, and it's been 3-4 days. Today I need to check. I think it's 4 days. It's been 4 days, and they have not fought since. I kept an eye on them. I would separate them during the night because the first night that this bonding thing happened, I actually slept next to the cage because I was like, okay, I don't want to separate them because I don't know if that might set them back and it might break the bond. So I separated them, and I kept a close eye on them the whole night. I slept right next to the cage, very uncomfortable, but I wanted to make sure that any fight broke out, I would wake up and separate them because I'm a light sleeper. So I did that, and no fighting. It's been 4 days, no fighting. I'm still going to obviously keep an eye on them, but as you can see, they're so cute. they're totally fine with each other. And this is another, like, I think this is an example of how unpredictable they can be. Totally unpredictable. I mean, my husband was baffled when I told him the next morning that when he saw them together in the cage, not wanting to kill each other, he was like, whoa, what happened? And I had to tell him, like, I don't know, like, they just decided that they actually like each other. It was so odd. I'm still, like I said, I spend a lot of time at home. I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I'm always watching them. Like, they're right next to the kitchen and the living room of my house. So I'm always in the kitchen and cleaning and with my son and stuff. So then I always keep an eye on them, and I stay very late. I'm like a night owl. So I'm always keeping a good eye on them. Yeah. They have not fought, and they're fine. I mean, sometimes they get in each other's nerves, but no aggression whatsoever. It's a good thing to check, like the cage, to see if they find any fur, like loose fur anywhere, to see if they were fighting, and I check them regularly every day to see if there's any bite marks. And thankfully I have not found any injuries, thank God. So they're doing great. It's been 4 days. They like to spend time together, and sometimes they take a break and they like to spend time separate. I'm gonna pause the video right now. My son needs some help. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. So, like, what was I saying? Yeah, I check them for like hair around the cage, make sure that they're not fighting, checking for injuries, and haven't found anything, thankfully. And I haven't heard them fight and stuff. They're doing pretty great. And it was just their decision, pretty much. Like, literally, when bonding chins, either it will work or it won't work. And it's them that decide. And I've been learning, I've been talking to groups on Facebook and reading articles and stuff like that. And it really, that has nothing to do with age or anything like that. It has mostly to do with personality. It's just a personality thing with the chins. Either they accept each other or they don't, and that's how it works. And it could be a long process. I heard of people that it takes them like 6 months. Some people that the chins bond right away. Some people that they chins hate each other no matter how much they try, and it's been years, like 10 years, 5 years, and they still never get along. Or chins that do like each other, they're caged together, and one day they decide that they just don't want to deal with each other anymore, and they just break the bond. So just keep that in mind. That is not a given that they're gonna get along, pretty much. That's just how it is. Unpredictable, and you never know. But it's worth it. I have noticed they're definitely happier together. They keep each other company, and it's fun to see them like play and cuddle and groom, and they're literally like siblings, pretty much. Like, they would behave like a sibling would. They have arguments, but if you see signs of aggression, then you need to separate them, maybe for a cool-off period, and then try an introduction again. But if there's like, like if someone gets wounded, you can't keep them together anymore, because then you're risking it. But yeah, see, this is an update that I wanted to do for you guys and just tell you how it went. It's been good for 4 days, and I'm still keeping an eye on them. They're getting along pretty well. I have double of everything in the cage to make sure they don't fight. See, I have a hay rack, a pellet bowl, then a foraging bowl right there, a little ceramic house, and on top I have the exact same thing so that they can eat from both levels. They both have a litter pan. Let me show you right here. They both have a house, even though Bonbon is not really, Bonbon doesn't like his house. He only likes the bottom one, and he likes to squish himself in the house with Taro. But his favorite spot is this tunnel. He loves that tunnel, and he sleeps there. When he wants some like time alone, he goes and sleeps here. And Taro loves his hammock and his house. Those are his two favorite things for Taro. And Bonbon likes the yellow house and the tunnel. They don't have any problems sharing it, which I'm glad. I have no idea what's wrong with the blue house, but they don't seem to like it. I mean, I only seen Bonbon lay on top of that, but he doesn't like to go inside for some reason. It's the exact same house, but they like the yellow one. Very funny. But yeah, that's the update, guys, and I might do another update again and keep you guys posted. I'm gonna post a few videos before I post this so that I try to keep it in order. I finally found my video of the second time that I introduced him, and you'll see that on my previous videos. And yeah, I will do a product review soon. Oh, this could be a mini review. See this hay rack I got from this Etsy store called Bunny Rabbit Toys, and it's a pretty good hay rack. I love it. I also, they comes with a bunny or guinea pig little picture here, but I asked for a chinchilla one, and it opens. It's pretty big and spacious. This is what it looks like from the side. The only thing I had to change is I had to go to Home Depot and make holes and put these aluminum bars, because Taro is such a troublemaker. He would go inside this hay rack and pee inside the hay. You guys saw that I had a metal hay container before, but it was such a problem because like I told you guys in the previous videos that he liked jumping in there because it wasn't covered, and he would pee all over his hay, and it was very annoying. So I get this hay rack, and he does the exact same thing. So I went to Home Depot and got some wood kiln drying pine little rods to put through. We drilled the holes, and guess what? Then Taro decides he wants to chew it. So those bars lasted absolutely nothing. Like the next day he chewed through them, and he still got inside. So I said, okay, well, I'm just gonna go for the aluminum rod, and that's what I did, and it's been fine ever since. He has no problems getting any hay from there, and he can get in. And I did the same to the top one, just in case Bonbon could do the same thing, but he's way bigger than Taro. But as you can see, they had no problem squeezing themselves into this little house. I'm pretty sure Bonbon would have no problems squeezing himself into this hay rack. But that's the problem solved there. And I guess they had enough of squishing each other, so they finally came out. Let me see. Hello, buddy. Hello, Bonbon. Hi. You're so cute. My little fluffy boy. There he is. He has such a mischievous face. I just love him. He's a troublemaker. You're my troublemaker, buddy. Yeah, you're always getting into trouble. You're always doing things you shouldn't be doing. Escaping gates, chewing things. You're definitely mischievous. And this guy's more calm. But yeah, well, if you guys have any questions about the bonding and introducing chins, you can leave a comment behind under this video, sorry. And please like and subscribe, and also you can check me out at Chin Swagger. I have it, I've been talking about this as my Instagram account, and I have way more updates there, like daily updates on them, and pictures and shout outs for other accounts with chinchillas. And I also put accessories and little short reviews and stuff. So if you can check my account, Chin Swagger, on Instagram, that would be awesome, and I'm sure you will enjoy the pictures and the daily updates. Okay guys, well, thank you for watching my video. Bye bye.